He had dysregulated emotions. He had a lot of tics. He had mold exposure, and tics is TICS, not TICK, not the bugs, but tics, motor and vocal tics. Okay. And then he had mold exposure. And so the first thing that we should look at is the oat. Now there's other labs out there, but this is the lab that I like to use because it's got some really good yeast and fungal markers. And with one fasted urine sample, just on page 1 here, we can already see we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different flags. So if you could bring this up, show people this page 1, because you can see already that if you have elevated HPHPA, which is down
Mhm.
here, number 16, you're going to see mood issues. And so any kid that I've ever seen who's been diagnosed on the spectrum or ADD or ADHD, they often have elevated HPHPA, which is coming from Clostridia. There's bacterial dysbiosis here, more dysbiosis here. You've got Fusarium, which is a mold here. You've got Arabinose, which is Candida, off the charts at 480. So if you literally just had page 1 of this oat test done on yourself, you can change your life just with this data alone.
100%. Now, let's talk about a couple other things here that are interesting. So, the HPHPA, what's the mechanism of that impacting the brain or impacting some of the mood stuff? What's the
Yeah, so
mechanism?
there's a picture on the oat. If you scroll down, it'll take you to this page here. This is page 7, and they're showing this little chart here for folks listening on the audio. They're showing this little circle, if you will, of how things are supposed to happen, where phenylalanine will be affected by Clostridia. So the dopamine is normally broken down into norepinephrine and epinephrine. Now,
Mhm.
the ratio gets screwed up. Your HVA can go sky high, your dopamine can go sky high because the Clostridia inhibits this enzyme. So you don't have to remember all this, but the long story short is it's called dopamine beta hydroxylase. It gets screwed up or inhibited, more scientifically, inhibited
Mhm.
by the metabolite spit off by the bacteria. So said another way, bad bug messes up an enzyme, brain chemistry gets thrown off. And so you'll have typically sky high dopamine, you'll have a messed up ratio, and therefore these kids are aggressive. These are the kids that are biting, hitting, they're getting kicked out of school, they're getting teachers to call the parents, hey, his mood's wacky or crazy. This is typically how it's going to look on paper. So you'll see the gut and the brain connection all in one on this urine test.
Interesting. So the enzymes by that Clostridium bacteria are messing up the dopamine metabolism, essentially.
Yeah, and this happens so commonly. And unfortunately, your pediatrician is never going to run this test.